everybody, it's Amy, and today I wanted to share with you the swap items that I created for Amy Vitriani. Amy is Amy Vitriani here on YouTube, and she has a very active Instagram account, so if you're on that platform, that is a great place to follow her amazing work. On Instagram, she's Fairy Kisses to You. And Amy and I agreed to do a holiday swap. I'm running a little bit behind this year. But Amy's been great and very patient, and I am able to share with you the swap items that I created with her. And Amy has, I haven't put these in the mail yet, and so Amy, if you don't want to see your items, don't watch the video, but I did want to get the video up because I'm, running behind, and, everybody's kind of moving on past Christmas, and so I wanted to share with you what I created. Now, Amy and I agreed to swap Santa Baby collection by Prima. It's an adorable collection. I had so much fun making these things for Amy and working with the collection. It's so pretty. And Amy and I talked about swapping a loaded letterbox. That's this little guy over here. And then a couple of other, and then I made a few other items. So let me get started on what I created for Amy. I'll start with the card here. So basically I created for Amy a card, the letterbox, and I had made this what I'm calling an embellishment folio to hold many embellishments that I made for her because I wanted her to have a neat way to store those items. But I'll start with the card. This is the Mama Elephant Favor Box accessory die that makes a reindeer face. Isn't he cute? Love those dies. They're just adorable, and I wanted to, use it here on the card for Amy. And then I layered on a snowflake. This is from Lawn Fawn. I used a chipboard piece that says Jolly and Merry from the Santa Baby collection. I have a rosette here that I made with the Tim Holt rosette. Another cute little chipboard from the collection of ornaments. I made a little teeny weeny rosette right here using the paper collection, and I put like the little gem from Michael's. I think I got these little pink pearlescent gem from Michael's, and I gave my little reindeer a little bow tie. So I thought that came out pretty, and I just layered. This is like a pink cardstock for the base, some aqua glitter cardstock. I think I got that at Hobby Lobby, and then the collection paper. So super cute. And then I'll show you the letterbox. This little letterbox, you make these with an adorable die kit that is was sold by Paper Tray Inc. And it's called the Post and Parcel kit, and it's retired, but it's an adorable kit. I'm so happy to have it in my collection, and Amy has it in her collection as well. And and so we used our Post and Parcel kits to make little letterboxes. On this little letterbox I have a flower that I made with my Cinch and Go Poinsettia die bite spell binders. I have a little bow with seam binding. I have a die cut piece from the collection that says The Perfect Christmas, and then I accented it with some this is like a little gold piece that I snipped from a floral pick from Michael's. I don't know if you can see that. And then I snipped these kind of snowy twigs from a floral pick from Michael's, and I thought it came out really cute. And yeah, and then this cute little lock I cut from the die collection cuts the cute little locks, and I cut that from some tonic rose gold paper. But they came out cute. And so that's the letterbox. And there's some goodies in there for Amy. I wasn't going to take those out. And then here is my file folder embellishment folio for Amy that I made. And so I'll start with over here. I have decorated my folder with a wand that I made for Amy. This wand, I used some of that glittery aqua paper from Hobby Lobby that's just so pretty. And then I layered on, and I used the Brenda Walton snowflake die to cut this snowflake, and I had picked that up from Bridget. She's Shoe Princess 1 here on YouTube. She had a D-stash, and I was really happy to add that die to my collection because it's so pretty, and I didn't pick it up at the time it came out. And then I made a rosette using the Sizzix Pro die that makes rosettes. and I cut the rosette from some pink cardstock, and then I layered on a heart. It might be hard to see, like a little heart die cut. I layered on one of my candy cane bows over that, and then I fussy cut these cute little deer. They were from the paper collection, and I fussy cut them and layered them on my rosette. I have another little chipboard piece up here from the collection that says cheer. I have one of my poinsettias that I made, and a little bow with seam binding, and I have, like, it's on a paper straw, and then I kind of tied it up with this cute ribbon that I had purchased from Home Goods this year. Home Goods. Yeah, so that's the wand. And let's see, I'll take it out real quick because this is easy to untie so that you can see without the glare. There you go. You can get a quick look without the glare of the packaging. I thought they turned out so cute. I love these little deer from Frank Garcia's collection. They're just adorable. Love the whole collection. So yeah, and then I'll show you the folio itself. One other thing, I also accented my file folder, my embellishment folio here, with some bows that I had made for Amy. I cut the bows out using a steel roller die that I picked up from Allie that cuts these kind of like, I forget what kind of bow this is called, but it has the tails and you fold them in, and I just use different papers from the collection. I packaged them on an embossed sheet of paper. That's a Tim Holtz embossing folder, and then for the centers I just used little white pom-poms, and I thought they had a nice cute clean look. I thought those came out cute. Those are the bows I made her. And now kind of talking more about this file folder folio. I had made a bunch of embellishments for Amy, which you'll see in a minute, and I was like, oh my goodness, these are going to be like kind of like overwhelming, and I need something to hold them. So I thought back to an old project that I made like years ago where I altered a Pendaflex file folder, and I'll try to link to that project below, but this is the folder that I made just to give you an overview with the Pendaflex file folder. And what's interesting about the Pendaflex is they have these tabs, and I thought, oh, that would probably work for organizing embellishments in the tabs in the folder. And then I had made another pocket over here on the folder myself, and I have a whole video on this project alone, so I'll try to link it so you can check it out if you want to see this project. But I was thinking of this project, and I thought this file folder could work really well for doing an embellishment folio, and so that's what I did. And but I used two of the folders that I joined together instead of one because I made so many embellishments. And then so let me kind of give you an overview here of what this looks like. So I put two of those Pendaflex file folders together, and then I kind of decorated it all out with the layered on the designer paper Santa Baby collection, and then I put an elastic cord on here so that it would kind of hold everything together. So this is kind of, just to give you an overview, this is how it opens up, and all the embellishments that I made for her. So there's two folders together here, and they come out nice. I thought it was a nice way to organize all the embellishments. So before I get into all the individual embellishments, let me show you what a plain folder looks like and try to better explain what I'm talking about. This is just what the Pendaflex file folder looks like before you do anything to it. It's just got these little pockets here, and and it's kind of a cool file folder with the with the pockets for organizing. And then what I did was, since I had so many embellishments, I simply just took this, layered this on here, and kind of folded this in. Well, and then I made a gusset here along this seam, and here along this seam. And I'll show you what I mean by the gusset. Just kind of scored it so that I could have a gusset effect there to give me more room for my embellishments. And then kind of adhere, like matted it all out, put all the designer paper on it, and then you can fold it in like this, and join them together with some score tape, so that you get this effect, you get a way more room, So yeah, so that's what I did. And let me kind of go through the embellishments in Amy's folder. So yeah, so over here in this first pocket, I had made for Amy, and it looks like I clipped the embellishments in with little paper clips so that they would stay in place, not come all flopping out at her. But the first set of embellishments I made were these crepe paper rosettes, whoops, and I layered on some glittery pink tulle that I picked up at AC Moore, and I used a die from it's Cottage Cutz. It's a die set where it cuts out these little seals that say Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas, and then I just decorated my embellishments with some of those pink sparkly gems from Michaels. Yeah, so I thought those came out cute. I'll hold them a little bit closer so you can see them. And then I just did package them up with the Santa Baby collection. Yeah, and then over in this pocket here, I created these snowflake embellishments for me. I'm just going to put this aside. And I used an Elizabeth craft die to cut the snowflakes, and I then layered on a rosettes that I cut with Tim Holtz dies on my snowflakes, and then on top of that I layered chipboard pieces from the Santa Baby collection, and I thought those came out very pretty. And then the packaging is actually Prima packaging from the Santa Baby collection, but I covered the packaging with some of the designer paper just because it has like numbers and other things going on, you know, when it's official packaging. So I just kind of covered it up so that it looks cuter and cleaner for Amy. Yeah, so kind of moving on. I guess we can do the center pocket next. In this first layer here, I kind of, again, I matted and layered on some of the designer paper, and then I have a couple of embellishments in here. I'm going to take off the paper clips and show you. This one is a little tag that I made for her, and I cut out the Brenda Walton swan. It's a die from Brenda Walton, and I layered on this pretty acetate piece from the Santa Baby collection. Well, first of all, I layered a flower. Let me back up. I'm not doing a good job. I cut the swan out with the Brenda Walton die, and I embossed it with a Maggie Holmes embossing folder that has music notes. And I don't know. I did similar swans from Maryland. So yeah, I embossed it, and then I layered on a feather. Then I layered on an acetate piece from the collection. I layered on a die-cut heart, a puffy heart from the collection, and a sentiment that says "Be Merry." This is actually a little tag, and I decorated my tag with some, these are some pearls that you can pick up from a box set at Michaels, and then a little glittery rhinestone gem that from a set that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I have some seam binding on the top of my tag, and I packaged it in some of that glittery aqua paper from Hobby Lobby, and I attached it using some of the washi tape from the Santa Baby collection, the striped washi tape, and I thought it came out so pretty. So that's one of the embellishments that I made for Amy, and then, or tags, actually tags, and then I made these are embellishments. I made these snowmen. This is the teapot snowman from Cottage Cutz, and I made one in pink and one in aqua. And yeah, and one of them's holding a candy cane, and I have one of them holding a cute little gingerbread man. And I thought they came out so cute. And then I just packaged them up on a, I have this embossing folder that does like cable knit, like a cable knit sweater. And so I embossed the paper and I packaged them up on that. And then the final item in this pocket is a tag using my favorite die from Elizabeth Cutts that I picked up this year. It's the Coke hot chocolate mug, I think it's called. And I embossed that cable knit sweater in pink for this one. And for this mug, I think I used, it's either bundled sage, I think, to distress the mug. I layered on a snowflake, from a snowflake embellishment. I layered on the deer chipboard from the collection. And then I layered on the word cheer. And I have a bow with seam binding, and I have some rose gold twine for a tag holder. And then, and then I just have the steam coming out in white, the whipped cream in white, and little pink marshmallows. And I distressed those with spun sugar, and I distressed the candy cane with abandoned coral. I just thought that came out cute. And then, yeah, so that's that pocket. And then moving up to the second pocket here, this is an idea that I had got from Jill Norwood here on YouTube. And Jill had packaged up some of her amazing tags in the Sizzix mixing bowl die. It was a great idea. So I packaged up a couple of my little gingerbread men that I like to make every year in the Sizzix mixing bowl. And I distressed the mixing bowl with some Victorian velvet. And I layered in the background of the bowl, I have a snowflake and a little tag and with some gems. And I make these little gingerbread men with a stamp set. I think it's Christmas Labels Applique 1 by Just Right. It's retired. I'm not sure if they make it anymore. I've had it for years, and I'd like to make my gingerbread men. I stamp them and cut them out after I stamp them. And I gave them each like one aqua bow and one a pink bow. And I've been loving to use my bow. It's a Fisker's bow punch that you can get at Joann's, and I love to use that punch to make my little bows for like little decorative accents like this. I also have layered on here a bow with seam binding, a chipboard from the collection that says Warm Wishes, and a poinsettia that I made with that Spellbinders Cinch and Go poinsettia die. And then I just packaged it up. I used some this is rose and gold glitter paper from Hobby Lobby in the background. I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then I just accented my packaging topper with a tag from the collection and a little puffy heart. And I just thought that those guys came out super cute. Jill, great idea to package things up in the Sizzix mixing bowl. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, and then kind of moving on to the next thing. Here are some poinsettia that I made for Amy with my Cinch and Go poinsettia die by Spellbinders. And I just packaged it up here with some aqua paper and some Santa Baby papers. And I thought they came out very pretty. And let's see, and then this tier up here, I made for Amy I packaged up for Amy this mousse, and I made the mousse from an Elizabeth craft die. It's I love that die. I picked it up this year. It's so cute. And then I also made a pink Santa for Amy, again using an Elizabeth craft die that came out this year. And I packaged them up on a journal card from the Santa Baby collection. And then also in this pocket, I made Amy some of the Cottage Cutz Peking Bears. And I made one in kind of a brownish color, light brown, medium brown. And then one in like a creamy color. And yeah, and then I just used some cute pom-poms from Michael's that are kind of sort of glittery to accent their caps. I thought they came out cute. And let's see, and then we'll move over to this side. In this first pocket here, I made Amy another swan tag. This is, I believe this is kind of like a snowflake square die from Penny Black. And it's a really pretty set. Like it's, you get layered squares, and they have this pretty little snowflake detail that cuts out around the edge. Isn't that really pretty? So I used that to make the tag. I did a swan again, and then I layered on the feather. I layered on die cut from the collection that says Jolly. I have my little twine with the rose gold, and I adhered some pearls and gemstones to the tag. And I packaged it up with some snowflake sequins that Marilyn had gifted me in our swap. So I thought that was so pretty and will look pretty to package up this tag. So thank you, Marilyn. And then let's see. And also in this pocket, I have these Cottage Cutz cuties. These are the baking gnomes, I think it's called, and I packaged them up. I believe this is a Spellbinders die. I bought this die. It's a nested die set, and I bought it from, I purchased it from Bridget in the D Stash, and it's amazing. Like I'm blanking. A nested ornament die, so that has the, the different sizes. I embossed the ornament with I think it's a Cuttlebug embossing folder that does gingham. I did a seam binding bow and the Jolly chipboard from the collection, and I just thought they came out so cute. I love this Cottage Cutz die, the baking gnomes. It's adorable. And you might think, like, oh my goodness, the spoon's hanging out over here, but that's intentional. These are packaged with repositionable adhesive so that they're easy to remove, and I didn't want to adhere the spoon to the gnome in case, Amy wants to remove this and put it somewhere. If it was attached, it makes it a little bit more awkward to work with the whole thing. But if it's unattached, then she can place this, put the bowl in. I think it gives her a little bit more flexibility for actually using the embellishment. So that's why the spoon's out in the universe over here. But, if she were to use it, ideally it would be glued to his hand so it looks like he's stirring. So yeah, so I thought those came out cute. And then in this pocket here, I made for Amy, packaged up one of my planner bows that I had made, and I packaged it using this tag it's a Target tag that they had this year. I picked it up at Target. It's like a little wooden tag, and it's layered. It's decorated with some fluffy fur for the stocking. I thought it was so cute, and I just thought it would make cute packaging, so I attached the planner charm to the tag, and then I just I'm holding the tag twine to the packaging with some pretty glittery washi tape and the macaron washi tape from the Santa Baby collection. Yeah, and then also in this pocket I have I packaged for Amy the stitch sweater that I made using the Neat and Tangled stitch sweater die. And I thought it came out cute. And I have back here, I have it embossed with gingerbread men. It's a Sizzix embossing folder. And then I just did a topper from the Santa Baby collection that says wonderful. Yeah, so I thought that I love that die. It was so fun making the cute little stitch sweaters. They're just, aren't they cute? How cute. Okay, and then also in this pocket, I have made some gingerbread houses, embellishments, 2 gingerbread house embellishments. These are, I think they're called the gingerbread minis. It's Cottage Cutz die, and I decorated my gingerbread houses with the bow, with an aqua bow and a pink bow, again using my Fisker's bow punch that I picked up at Joann's earlier this year. Or actually, you know what? We're in 2019, so it was I picked it up in 2018. And then I made a tag using a die cut, the gingerbread house die cut from the collection. And I thought it was a cute grouping for packaging. And I had just put a little flower on here, and it says from I Am Roses. And then this says Believe in the Magic, and it's a die cut from the collection. I made this little tag and using the collection, and then I just have some twine, some Baker's twine in the rose gold. You can get Baker's twine in the rose gold. That's from Joann's. And then we're in the home stretch here, guys. I also made these embellishments for Amy. I wanted to make her some acetate embellishments, so these might be hard to see on camera. I cut using my Primitive Hearts die. I cut this beautiful snowflake acetate paper from it's from Crafter's Companion. They do this beautiful snowflake acetate, and I cut them out with the Primitive Hearts, and then I just layered on the snowman chipboard and a pink bow that I made from seam binding, and then the a die cut that says Cheer and Joy. Now this one I layered on a pink macaron and a stamp sentiment that says Ho Ho Ho, and I also have a pink seam binding bow. And on this one, on this heart down here, I layered on a little cup that says Jolly and a seam binding bow, like a winter white. And then to decorate my packaging, I used the banner chipboard piece from the collection. And hopefully you can see those. But they came out real pretty. These embellishments now, they would need to be layered on a rosette or something, because the flip side, since it's acetate, you're going to see everything. But I still wanted to make them. I thought that they came out so cute. And then for my last embellishment here, I did the Measuring Cup Snowman by Cottage Cutz. I did one in the aqua and one in the pink. And yeah, and I thought that they came out really cute. I distressed them and colored them in with my Copic markers for, you know, the nose, and then I used a lip pen to do the, you know, to color in their eyes. And I thought they came out cute. And I have a Cherryland doily here. I tied some seam binding, and I layered on some glittery washi for my packaging. And I used, I believe this is a journaling card from the Santa Baby collection that has the pretty ornaments on it. So yeah, so I think that's everything I made for Amy. It was amazing swapping with her. As you saw, I got the most amazing package from her. I'm still blown away. And she's a great, you know, Amy's a great crafter and a really kind person too, so you should check her out on YouTube. And now that like my folder's all empty here, I'll let you kind of check it out empty as to what it looks like. And yeah, that's the middle sleeve, that's that. And like I said, I made little gussets here. And, you know, and then it just kind of folds in, you know. And then I had adhered the, tried to make it as seamless as possible, adhering by, you know, covering it with a big piece of the designer paper. So you don't really see the lines too much that I adhered the two folders. Yeah. So yeah, everybody, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a happy New Year. And wish you many blessings and much happiness in 2019. And I will be back, hopefully, you know, within a couple days with, I'm going to shift gears now and start working on some Valentine's Day projects. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for your support of my channel. Thank you, Amy. And please go check her out at Amy Vitriani on YouTube, and fairy kisses to you on Instagram. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.